The stage lights of America's Got Talent 2025 glimmer across the vast arena as a hush falls over the audience. A small boy, no more than 12, slowly steps forward, his left hand gently gripping a white cane, the other holding onto his mother's arm. His name is Eli Mendoza, a blind Filipino boy who has traveled thousands of miles to share his gift. The murmurs fade to silence as they reach center stage. Terry Crews steps up with his warm smile. "Hi, young man. What's your name?" he asks gently. Eli tilts his head toward the voice. "My name is Eli, I'm from the Philippines," he replies softly. The crowd applauds, some already emotional. Terry continues, "Are you nervous, Eli?" The boy smiles, a pure, disarming smile. "Not really, sir, I can't see the crowd, but I can feel their hearts." The entire audience lets out a collective, "Ah." Simon Cowell, arms crossed, leans forward with interest. "What are you going to sing for us today?" he asks. Eli answers, "A song that helped me believe I'm not alone, You Raise Me Up." The lights dim. Eli's mother whispers, "Sing for the world, Anik." He nods, releasing her hand as she steps back. He stands alone, fragile yet strong, in the middle of the stage. The soft piano intro begins to play. Eli raises the microphone close to his lips. His face glows in the single spotlight. For a moment, time stands still. You can hear the faint sound of the audience holding their breath. Then, from deep within his small frame, his voice begins to rise, pure, soulful, and filled with faith. The music carries his spirit, and everyone instantly knows something miraculous is about to happen. The first note leaves Eli's lips like a whisper from heaven. His voice is gentle, trembling at first, but then, as the melody builds, it grows stronger, purer, more powerful. The arena falls silent, even the air feels frozen. The judges exchange stunned glances. Simon Cowell, who moments ago looked skeptical, now sits upright, his eyes locked on the boy as if afraid to blink. Eli sings, "You raise me up, so I can stand on mountains." Each word carries emotion beyond his years, a blend of innocence and depth that can only come from someone who has truly known struggle. His tone is clear and golden, reaching every corner of the theater. The audience begins to sway with the rhythm, many holding their hands over their hearts. Some whisper, "He's blind, and he sings like an angel." The camera pans across the crowd, a woman wipes tears, a man closes his eyes, and even the stage crew pauses to watch. Heidi Klum's lips tremble, Sofia Vergara clutches her chest, and Howie Mandel whispers, "This is unreal." Then comes the high note, soaring, effortless, divine. Eli lifts his face toward the sky, as if he can see something no one else can. His voice fills the hall with a raw, emotional energy that seems to lift everyone with him. By the time he reaches the final line, "You raise me up, to more than I can be," there isn't a dry eye in the room. The music fades. Silence. For a heartbeat, the world holds still, captured by the power of one blind Filipino boy's voice. Then, suddenly, the audience erupts. Cheers, tears, applause, and awe. Eli smiles shyly, unaware of the standing ovation before him. For a moment after Eli finishes, the entire arena stands frozen in silence. It's as if no one dares to break the sacred air that still vibrates with the echo of his last note. Then suddenly, a single clap from the back of the room. Another follows. And then, in an instant, the entire crowd is on its feet. A thunderous ovation fills the hall, shaking the stage beneath Eli's feet. He stands still, clutching the microphone with both hands, unsure of what's happening. He cannot see the thousands of people standing before him, but he feels it, the warmth, the energy, the love. A tear escapes from his closed eyes. His mother, standing backstage, covers her mouth, trembling with emotion. Terry Crews wipes his eyes, whispering to the crew, "This kid just touched every soul in this room." Simon Cowell rises slowly, something he rarely does. His usual poker face is gone, his eyes glisten. He turns toward Howie and says softly, "That voice, that emotion, it's once in a lifetime." Heidi presses her hand to her heart, while Sophia's mascara runs down her cheeks as she claps through her tears. The audience begins chanting, "Eli, Eli, Eli." The sound grows louder, filling the massive theater with unity and joy. Eli smiles shyly and bows toward the direction of the crowd. "Thank you," he says softly into the mic. "I can't see you, but I can feel all of you. Thank you for listening to me." The audience cheers even louder. Simon nods, visibly moved, and whispers under his breath, "He's not just a singer, he's a miracle." The camera pans to the confetti lights shining above, capturing a moment that will be remembered forever. The roar of applause slowly fades as Simon Cowell leans forward, eyes glistening under the stage lights. He clears his throat, his voice softer than usual. Eli, he begins, pausing for a moment, can I ask, how did you learn to sing like that? Eli turns his head toward the sound, smiling gently. When I lost my sight, I started listening to the world instead, he says. I heard the rain, the wind, and my mother's prayers. That's where I found music, in everything. The room falls silent again. Even Simon seems lost for words. Heidi Klum wipes a tear and says, her voice trembling, Eli, I've heard hundreds of singers, but none have ever made me feel like you just did. You are truly, heaven sent. Sofia Vergara nods through tears, adding, you didn't just sing a song, you told a story that touched everyone's heart tonight. Howie Mandel leans in, his voice steady but emotional. Eli, your performance reminded us what this show is all about, finding something real, something pure. You are that. The crowd begins to chant again, golden buzzer. Golden buzzer, louder and louder, filling the air with electric energy. Simon looks down at the big gold button before him, then glances at the boy on stage, standing humbly with his white cane beside him. His lips tremble slightly. Eli, Simon says quietly, you didn't just move us, you changed us. He reaches forward and presses the golden buzzer. Golden confetti explodes from above, raining down like a miracle. Eli gasps, startled by the sound, and his mother rushes onto the stage, hugging him tightly. The audience screams in joy, and Simon whispers, this is why we do this show. As the golden confetti rains down, the moment becomes pure magic. Eli stands at the center of the stage, his small hands reaching out to feel the fluttering paper falling all around him. His mother holds him close, both of them crying tears of joy. The crowd's roar feels like thunder, echoing through every corner of the theater. Simon Cowell claps through misty eyes, something the world has rarely seen. That night, Eli's performance spreads across the internet like wildfire. Within hours, his audition video racks up millions of views. The title reads, Blind Filipino Boy Brings Simon Cowell to Tears, Golden Buzzer Moment. Clips of Simon wiping his eyes flood TikTok and Instagram. News anchors replay the performance on morning shows. Comments pour in. Globe, I can't stop crying. Musical note, that boy's voice healed something in me. Philippines, proud to be Filipino. In the Philippines, families gather around their TVs, cheering as Eli's name flashes across the screen. Strangers cry in jeepneys watching the clip on their phones. Churches play his song during Sunday service. Eli's story becomes a national inspiration, proof that faith and courage can turn darkness into light. A week later, Eli and his mother are interviewed live on AGT. When asked how it feels to inspire the world, Eli smiles and says, I still can't see the world, but now, I know the world can see me. Simon looks at him proudly and replies, no, Eli, the world doesn't just see you. The world hears you. The crowd rises again in applause. A blind boy from the Philippines has done the impossible. He didn't just win the golden buzzer, he won the world's heart.